I'm Dr. Anthony Collada. I'm a board certified psychiatrist. And in case you're wondering what a psychiatrist does or you're new to the channel, a psychiatrist really focuses on helping address people's thinking, their emotions, or their behaviors. Because whenever someone is not thinking correctly, then that can affect their moods, that can affect their behaviors or actions. And so really correcting any of those, the feelings, the actions, the thoughts, can help affect the others so that one can think and act and feel more aligned with what they want out of life. And so oftentimes as a psychiatrist, we're trying to stop anxiety, we're trying to stop depression, we're trying to help the mood to be more stable, prevent people from getting angry, we're trying to help them see things realistically or practically, and basically help their quality of life. Having good mental health is a very proactive process. And one of the things I've been coming across recently is these notions about vision boards or positive affirmations. So vision boards are basically what it sounds like. People have a board that has a vision of maybe what they want in the future, what they want in life, and they may put pictures or different items on there signifying what they want. And compare that to positive affirmations is like someone reciting positive remarks about themselves or something, so reciting things about themselves that maybe is uplifting or encouraging or helps them with their confidence. And so I wanted to really see if this had any impact on one's mental health or well-being. But in order to look at this in more detail, in order to understand this fully, let's see exactly what a vision board is supposed to entail or what it does. Basically, the purpose of a vision board is to have a vision of what someone wants to get out in the future, and it could be in various areas of their life, like spiritual, career, relationships, education, financial, different aspects of life. Maybe it's hobbies as well. And they could cut out pictures from a magazine. Maybe you could use Google Images and put pictures on there. And people regularly will look at this vision board and refer to it to help them clarify their goals and intentions in life. So it's thought that maybe these vision boards help people to be more focused, more motivated, more encouraged to reach these goals. So some of the research I looked at suggests that when clients use the vision board in their counseling or therapy sessions, it helps to facilitate the communication between the client and the counselor. The vision board also helps the patients to identify and clarify what they want out of life. Also, these vision boards helps to illuminate what is important in the person's life, because maybe they have a hard time expressing it or sharing with others what they really want, but the vision board can help to clarify that. And this is much different than what's traditionally done in counseling sessions, because traditionally in counseling sessions, one focuses on their past problems, their past mistakes or past behaviors, and really how to change that or stop those patterns from occurring. Whereas using something like a vision board, it's really more goal focused and it's more solution focused, which is in itself a different type of therapy that does exist. So basically focusing on one's goals and priorities will really remove the need to look into past problems, to look deep into the person. Also, people don't have that much time or resources or energy to really focus on their past problems, their past mistakes, or their past issues. So this could provide a simpler, easier approach that's more quick and more cost effective. And it's thought that the use of guided imagery, like thinking of a happy place or thinking positive thoughts in itself, can help a variety of mental health conditions, including but not limited to trouble sleeping, depression, even medical problems such as obesity, problems with one's sexual life, can help with chronic pain, different types of anxieties and fears. Further, the study has shown, or it's thought that these vision boards helps increase one's awareness, not just of themselves, but other people as well. It helps them to plan ahead what they want in their future careers and their future life and the trajectory they want to go in life. It helps improve learning, their skills, their performances. It helps their health and reduces stress, and it enhances their creativity and problem solving in everyday life. And really the focus here is on the client's goals and what they want out of life, not their past mistakes, their past problems or issues. Now, if you want to actually create a vision board, there's a few supplies that you can use. You can use like a whiteboard or just any type of poster or board. You can have magazines, you have a pair of scissors, cut out the pictures from the magazines, use glue or tape to tape it onto the board. Maybe you should be clear with your goals and intentions in everyday life. And there's specific ways to set goals, like make them SMART, or the SMART goals: specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and have a time on there. And make sure to find images that really resonate with your goals. Evaluate the board regularly, like in the morning and evening, even during a break during the day. Try to take a few minutes to just pause and reflect and try to focus that that's what you really want in life, and be willing to change the board as needed or change the images as needed if your goals change over time. And really, I've seen a lot of people use this sort of method. I've definitely seen it. Oprah Winfrey in her previous talk shows talk about it. People are very popular in the self-help field, such as Jack Canfield talks about it in his book, Success Principles. It helps to seem that people can focus on their goals and their intentions when maybe over life they may tend to focus on the negative or have doubts or worries that they cannot complete these things. Maybe this helps them to push past that and encourage them to work through that. And whenever there's a difficult time, changing one's thoughts or changing one's emotions or actions, that's really a good opportunity to look into the option of taking medications. Medications can help it easier for someone to change the way how they're thinking or how they're feeling or how they're acting. Next, I want to talk about positive affirmations. And positive affirmations is basically, as it says, someone is saying positive things about themselves. And really, it's a similar principle to what we do in cognitive behavioral therapy, where we're changing the thoughts. So in cognitive behavioral therapy, which is a commonly studied and proven method of therapy that helps in a variety of mental health conditions: anxiety, depression, PTSD, mood disorders, you name it, cognitive behavioral therapy probably helps with it. And it's really just changing the thoughts, and it's thought that changing the thoughts will change the emotions and change the actions. For example, if someone is having anxious thoughts, it's going to cause anxiety to develop. If someone's getting sad or depressed thoughts, it can cause sadness or depression to develop. So these positive affirmations are basically switching any of that negative thinking into something positive, or it's reminding oneself of their positive characteristics. And again, it's something that they tell themselves regularly. With the positive affirmations, just like the vision board, it's supposed to be something that's realistic. You can be specific about the positive quality. You can make it in the present tense so that you're feeling it in that moment or experiencing it in that moment. You can even write it down, like write it in a flashcard to remind yourself of it, put it in a journal. And so it's thought that these positive affirmations can help prevent the negative thoughts to come in. And it seems to help people be more true to themselves and help promote their psychological well-being. Like they're better able to experience happiness, being satisfied with life, really be aware of their true capabilities or behaviors. And actually it can help prevent stress. So when one is experiencing a lot of stress, that can signal their brain to go into this like fight or flight mode. And the fight or flight mode is like fear, anxiety, worries, and that can affect actually the physiology of the body. The higher the stress or the higher this fight or flight mode is, if it's for a long period of time, that can be more likely to lead to symptoms such as anxiety and depression. So using these affirmation or positive affirmation techniques helps one to feel calmer, and so it's going to be a technique that helps them quiet down this fight or flight response. And the studies show it helps to decrease that. People who are most likely to experience that decrease or help be protected from that fight or flight response were actually the ones who are typically the most psychologically vulnerable to some of those influences. So really anyone can try these techniques of positive affirmations, and it really may help them to think better of themselves, to be resistant to outside pressures that can really affect them or affect their stress. And it just might be another tool that someone can use to help them cope with some of the challenges and changes that happen in everyday life. Now, these vision boards and positive affirmations, they don't have to be stuff that are separate, that you could combine them together. You can even put sort of positive affirmations behind some of the goals that you're doing, or maybe some of the character traits that you have that will be needed to reach some of those goals. And again, both these things are something that the mind needs repetition in order to kind of learn and be ingrained in one's habits. So perhaps in the morning, at nighttime, maybe at once during the day. And I've definitely found that some of these positive affirmations help me to, for example, lose weight. Especially if I set like a weight loss goal by a certain period of time, I'd find myself kind of focusing on that when I do activities. When I eat, I would kind of focus, okay, I gotta be careful about what I eat because I'm trying to reach this goal. Or when I exercise, I tell myself, you know what, I can push myself or work a little bit harder because I'm trying to reach this goal. And so really just remind yourself, these things take time, it takes consistency. You know, if you don't reach your goal, maybe you have to do something different in order to reach it. Also, from a Christian and spiritual perspective, we have to make sure our goals are in line with God's will and God's plan in our life. And also that we are living according to God's will probably will help us to reach those goals better or more efficiently. You know, also in a lot of the Christian practices, there actually is a prayer book or the prayer hours. And I think it almost falls into these same concepts where different times a day, like morning and night, we're called to pray. Or throughout the day, at different times in the day, we're called to recite some prayers. And it just helps to focus our minds and our hearts on the eternal life or the everlasting life. And so it is that repetition that just naturally our minds and bodies seem to need in order to carry out our daily lives, in order to carry out what we want to do and our goals and stuff like that. So really, I encourage you to try it. It can be very helpful. There's several other resources that have shown that, you know, these things work or are effective. You know, I listed some articles which shows some of the benefits of these vision boards and positive affirmations. There's several others out there. One resource that talks a great deal about it is Jack Canfield in his book, The Success Principles. Again, we gotta make sure that what our wills and what our goals are going to be in line with God's will. That's going to just make things easier and better. Be sure to like this video if you like the video and for more videos like this one, and subscribe to the channel to help it to continue to grow. Thank you for watching.